Hey everybody, welcome to the 2019 WebSolutions Bingo Contest. My name is Kristen Wampler, and this week we are going to be going over overcoming objectives and answering questions. So, handling questions and objectives. Most times we're problem solvers, whether it's a website, social media marketing, social media advertising, search results, online reputation management. We can pretty much solve any customer's digital issue that they could be facing. But a lot of times we get the question, how are we able to handle those questions, those objections? That's going to help sell the appointment with the product specialist. And we're going to sell the problem that you want to solve. So, the way that we do that and what that actually means is we have to find out where they're hurting the most, and booking an appointment with a product specialist that can show them a solution adds so much value to their business. So, how? How do we get them to set the appointment? And I found that if we keep the topic of conversation focused on their challenge, it's really easy to set that appointment. The most powerful tool that we have is the assessment sheets. Those can be found at the mawc411.com under support, downloads, business building and training, and the 15-minute consultations. They really lay out the right questions to ask to determine the client's problems. And most time, the clients don't have time to answer all the questions, so I usually pick and choose one of them. But the point is, by the time that you've asked the right questions, they've identified an issue. And so the way that we can to solve their challenge is by booking the appointment. The solution to their problem is really in the appointment, because the product specialists know exactly how to sell the product, how to show them how to do an analysis on their website to see where their website is actually ranking, to show them the other sites that we've done for their specialty or their products that they're selling. So one of the questions that I always ask is, do you currently have a website? And usually I already know the answer because I've done some quick search. So I'll know if their site is secure or not secure, when it was built, if the content's outdated, or if it matches their interior of their business. Because after all, their business online is really just an extension of their business inside, when people actually go to their business. So, but it doesn't matter how much we know, we still get those objections. And how many of us have heard, when we ask the question, do you currently have a website? And they say, my friend or my family is creating a site for me. And so I usually handle that with, perfect, then you'll love this, because our technology helps web designers and in several different ways, which can also save business owners a lot of time, money, and frustration. And I can actually put a call into my corporate office, put together an entire web package for your company to review at no cost or obligation. And then we can have one of our web specialists reach out to you or your family or friend, whoever is designing your site, and really kind of go over what we're doing to help companies just like yours. So when would be the best time to get in touch with you or the person who's handling your site, if they're a family or friend? And we might have some different things that we can add the value to when they're building your site. And then, what about those people who say, well, we don't have a site, but we use social media? One of the things I love to say is, that's great. Social media is an excellent way to get your name out there and interact with your customers. But what about those people who don't know you or follow you on social media? If they're Googling your name in Google, Bing, or Yahoo, and they're Googling, restaurants, Italian restaurants that's near me, or, a contractor, a plumber, in my location and area, if you have a Facebook, you might not come up on the first page of the search engine. So while, having those likes and Facebook and social media presence, that's great, but wouldn't it be nice to have a website as well that you can link to your social media, or vice versa, and your social media can link to your website? And is your social media actually capturing those leads? Is it telling you how many people come to your page or click on specific products or specific information where a website can actually capture that for you. I would love to be able to have one of our product specialists talk to you about how a website could actually enhance your social media. And you can book the appointment that way too by edifying the product specialist and helping them show the client how it can actually enhance their social media presence right now. Another one is, how much is it? Well, it's really hard to say, because if we give them a price, it's not really based on their specific needs. So we don't want to overprice it, and we don't want to give them any kind of price. So we really want to be able to have a product specialist kind of work with them like they have with tens of thousands of other business owners all over the world to make it affordable for them. And our web specialist can give them a customized proposal that will suit their need, because everybody's needs are different. And if you have a client who needs just a 1-page or a 2-page or maybe a 40-page website or some e-commerce, the product specialist is going to be able to give them an more accurate price point based on, one, their budget, and two, what their actual needs are. And a lot of times they'll just say, well, can you give me an approximate cost? And I say, again, it's really going to depend on your needs. But what we can do is I can have our corporate office put together an entire web package for your company that can review it at no cost or obligation. And then the web specialist can actually show you what we're doing to help companies just like yours. Again, it's the same thing, guys. Edifying the product specialist. When are you least busy? Is it in the mornings? Is it in the afternoons? When are you going to have like 15-20 minutes to talk to our product specialist? And you can be on the line with them as well, and so you can follow up. You can be there in person. It doesn't matter, but it's really kind of, because you're going to be building that relationship with them too, so you don't want to just hand them off either. Another one is, could you send me something? Well, I could do one better than that. I can have my corporate office put together an entire web package for your company. And then we can show you what we're doing to help companies just like yours. It's kind of going back to the same thing. We can send you something, but why don't we show you what we can do? Because that would be a more suitable option for you. Anybody can give you a price, but if you can see what we can do, that adds so much more value. So, and then I love this one. I'm using XYZ discount hosting company. Now, remember, we've already looked this up, so we know if they're secure or not secure. So if they're not secure, you can always show them that their site is not secure, and you can make them aware of that and edify that they've already gotten started by having a hosting company. And just ask the question, if I could show you a way to save money on your entire online marketing strategy, would you be interested? We found that nowadays it takes more than just a website to succeed online, because 90% of our business is done in the palm of our hands. So is your site mobile responsive? That's another thing. Is their site mobile responsive? Because the search engines are only picking up mobile responsive sites. So asking them, would you like to learn more about that? What works best for you? Again. Or how about, I love my website, or I like my website. Cool. Well, what do you like about it? Is there anything that it's not doing that you wish it would be doing? And again, you can kind of find out what their pain is. And if they say no, great. That kind of opens it up for you, because you can now talk about the other things like social media marketing and search engine optimization. How are they ranking? Would they like to get a free analysis of where their website is ranking? That's another thing that we can offer, and the product specialist will actually run a web analysis to show them where their website is ranking and what they can do to improve it. It's another added value. Last week it was all about building rapport. So the colder the relationship, the more objections you're going to get. And setting the appointment to learn more about their business and share information is really something that we can actually do really easily, just by asking the questions, finding their pain, having a solution that's very valuable. Again, using those assessment sheets in the back office is a great tool because it's really asking those questions. And you can always upload those when you're booking the appointment with the product specialist. So the product specialist can actually see the information and understand what their primary focus of business is. And so it's kind of also edifying them, and they're easier to get through some of the objectives. But, sometimes when people see us coming, they're thinking, who are they? What are they trying to sell me? And a lot of times people don't want to be sold on anything. But if you have a value and you understand their pain, they're more apt to listen to you. So it's all about building that rapport, getting them to know you, like you, trust you. And one of the things that you want to often ask yourself is, am I being, presentable? Am I friendly? Am I nice? Am I interested in them and their business? And what do we have in common? Finding that commonality with somebody, if they have kids, if they have pictures of their kids behind the counter, or a picture of a sports team and it happens to be the same sports team that you like, finding that commonality actually adds the most value because it really makes it personal, and you can go a lot further with that as well. And the other thing is, what do you like to do? Who do you know? And you can, where did you grow up? Things like that. I mean, just simple conversations, and compliment people. If you compliment them on their store, if you compliment them on what they're wearing, their hair, find something that you can compliment them on. Compliments go so far. Why? Why are you there? How can you help them? What do you do? But the biggest question that I always ask people is, why did you start this store? Or why did you start this business? Why do you sell these products? Getting to know their why, just like us when we're going through things and we're starting a new venture, our business, our web center business, our America business, it doesn't matter. It's why. Why do you do what you do? So understanding the client's why they do what they do, it makes you more relatable, and it really shows that you really value them and you value what they like to do. And their products, and it shows that you're interested, and then who can you speak with? If they're not the right person to speak to, and they might just be the gatekeeper. But here's the thing, you have to be different, you have to be valuable, and people do business with people that they know, that they like, and they trust. And gatekeepers are extremely important, because a gatekeeper is the person that's actually responsible for keeping the decision maker from being bothered. And, building a relationship with the gatekeeper is just as important, as they have a lot to say in their daily operations. And it's key. So if you can actually compliment the gatekeeper, that's going to go a long way. And they typically are the ones that have the most say. If you can get past the gatekeeper and you can actually impress them, they're more apt to edify you. And because the business owner actually counts on them a lot more than you would think, that's really giving you more credit too. And being different, being consistent, being personable, being yourself, staying off of script, being a person, having a conversation is so key, because you're having that one-to-one. It is a one-to-one marketing. And even though you are going to be edifying the product specialist and selling that appointment, you want to really edify the things that we can do to help them and understand their needs. So learning their names, referring to them by names is huge. Sometimes I forget what people's names are, so I always try to associate it with something, and having that warm connection too. So if you get a referral and you're a customer or colleague of somebody's, again, it's finding that commonality. Assuming that they can help. Are you the one to speak to about this? Are you the manager? Making them feel important. That's really big, and I found that goes a long way, because after all, they know the most. Leveraging their knowledge, asking for advice. When do you think would be a better time to call? Is it better to call before or after lunch? I've always found that depending on the business, most times to call or talk to somebody is between 9:30 and 11:30. and then after lunch between 1:30 and 3:30. Those have been the times that I found the most success. And stay polite, at all costs. Even though if you can't find something or the gatekeeper can be really difficult to get through, again, compliments go a long way. And they are the first contact. They're not your only contact. They're just the first level. So think of it as like first level support. They're the first level. Keep good notes. The more you keep notes and you follow up and you can refer back to things, they really see that as important because you've listened to them. And it's also something that you can actually put in your notes to the product specialist. So if you had something of importance or you had something in common, that warm connection can also be key for the product specialist. Hi, I'm Kristen's colleague. I know that you were thinking about some social media marketing. I just wanted to take a few minutes to reach out to you. These are the things that the product specialist will actually do. If you put these in the notes, if you put things in the notes, they will actually listen to that. They'll call you right before that they call your client and your customer to go over a few things. And it's really good because it's making that warm connection. You're making that connection because you really are selling yourself when you're selling that appointment. And you still have to edify the product specialist, but it's you ultimately that is going to be building that relationship with the client. And developing that posture through training and practice is really key. I found that reading the B2B guide for more information on the products that we offer really helped me, and referring to the Ultimate Online Solution infographic. And most importantly, just edify the product specialist team. You have a whole product specialist team that works directly for you. This is your business, and booking the appointments with people who specialize in web design, search engine optimization, social media management, social media advertising really makes it valuable to a client. And the other thing too is not forgetting that, how much do they spend a year on advertising, whether it's print or digital? It can actually be a deductible expense if they talk to their accountant. And then, of course, you follow up with booking the appointment. And it's really about edifying and booking the next appointment and getting those questions answered and really showing the client what we can do. And that's what the product specialists do. They really show the client, they take time with the client, they show them the statistics, they can run analysis, they show them what we've done for other companies that are just like them. And it really edifies you too, because not only are they showing that to the client of what they can do, it's actually edifying what you can do. So it's just an extension of you. And thinking of those appointments, they really are an extension to you and your business. And if you can overcome some of the objectives that you get and understanding some of the products that we offer, that's going to be huge, because knowledge is power. And you don't have to know how to build a website. You don't have to know how to do digital marketing. You just have to know what you sell so that you can book the appointment with the product specialist so they can actually sell the rest for you. So I hope you guys enjoy the training. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to any of us through our Web Center Owners Support Group on Facebook, or you can message me directly through Facebook as well. Have a great night.